Hey, y'all, what's up? Another episode of Julie Harris Presents. I want to dedicate this episode. It's not a scheduled one. It's just talking about advice you get from people, who you taking it from, and how you roll with it, and people's intentions too. There's gonna be a lot entailed in this. I got the lovely Miss Ashley here talking
Hey,
about it,
hey.
and I got a feeling, wink, wink. I got a feeling I'm gonna be getting some game today. Just saying. So with that being said, Ashley, how do you feel about people that give you advice and what advice they give and how you take it and everything?
I mean, the first thing is, um, I always have open ears. You know what I'm saying? I'm always learning. So I'm always listening.
Uh,
And so that doesn't mean that, I have to take what I'm being told to heart or to the grave, you know? Um, and that's because it depends on who's giving me that advice. I can't take advice from everybody, but that doesn't mean I have to be rude and tell them that I know it all either, you know?
exactly.
Um, But I mean, some advice that I have to give in regards to advice is making sure that you're getting it from a credible source, some experienced and seasoned source, um, to where they know what they're talking about, you know, and then also making sure that you're paying attention to what's being told to you. Sometimes we listen, but we're not hearing everything. And
Big difference too between listening and hearing.
exactly, and you just want to make sure that you're taking in whichever way you label that as listening or hearing, but make sure that whatever you're taking in is going to be useful. It's not going to be detrimental to your growth. And that is easy to happen too. Because you got people that's hating on you all day long. You become a good person, you got just as much evil coming against you just because that's the name of the game. And you got to be ready and prepared to face those battles too. It's not always about fighting and talking bad and arguing and stuff like that. It's just about allowing those people who truly, genuinely love you and care for you and want to see you grow, keep those people in your environment and let the other ones out. And
Right. And then
call it what it is.
I have to
You
say
know,
this too. If you don't have those people in your environment, don't substitute.
you're
Wait, be
not
patient.
substitute. Yeah, it's a reason you don't got them. If you don't have those people in your environment, it's a reason because isolation is a lesson within itself. And there's the potential for a lot of growth in that period of isolation.
Absolutely. And then I would say 6 months at the least.
There's no time period on it.
I'm just saying, like, to throw it out there, just something for something to grasp onto. Because people get their what do you call it? Their premonitions. They get their own awakeness at a different time.
All right. So to be honest, you know yourself. You know yourself. If this is something that you truly want to, you know, change and see the effects, then you know yourself. Be honest. How long is it going to take you? You know, and if you don't know the answers, pray to God because I say this because everybody is different. One person can go cold turkey and stop smoking cigarettes, and the next person can't. See what I'm saying?
And
So,
it can definitely ruin a friendship too,
mhm.
because they'll have different opinions too. Nicotine is nicotine. I don't want that drug in my body.
And somebody might just be like, "Well, I chose to stop smoking cigarettes because my grandmother could die from cancer." Everybody got their different reasonings. Everybody got their different whys.
Absolutely.
But make sure you got a why, because if you don't, then it's no use of doing it. It's
Or
no
you
use of
be
doing it.
you're just out there.
Or you
You're
just
just
out there.
saying
My
something. You're
sister
just a
used to tell
poster
me,
child for whatever.
"Yep." My sister used to tell me, "Have a plan," or you'll fall for anything.
Absolutely.
If you don't have a plan, then you might as well consider yourself a failure already. As long as you got a plan and you trying towards that plan, then you're good.
And I have to say this too. I have to say, like, no millionaire, no billionaire just woke up and winged it.
Nah, and if they did, I want a mind like theirs. What lab
Exactly.
were they? What lab was they
Exactly. You
in?
know, that's for real.
Right. But overall though, like I was explaining earlier to my best friend and to you, um, I wouldn't take back nothing that I've gone through, like none of the trials or none of the tribulations, none of that. Even though I've experienced some crazy stuff. I'm not saying I never anybody else didn't,
Yeah.
but I am admitting to like myself, I've experienced some crazy things. And
Can I cut you short
yeah,
and say I know for a fact you went through all of that, but I admire most you kept the process going.
I had to though.
Yeah, yeah. So that's all I had to say. Keep on, my queen. Definitely.
I mean, I had to, and that's what I want. I want people to realize that you have to keep going, no matter what it is. Like you don't have the option to stop. That's not the country that we live in. That's not how this thing works, you know. And unfortunately, when drastic things happen to us, you know, they expect us to bounce back and be back in motion, you know. And that's what you got to do. You got to do that because if you don't, you'll lose yourself. You'll lose the groove of everything that you had going on. It ain't, you know, I'm not gonna say it ain't worth it because I can understand how it could be worth it, but it's not worth it at the end of the day, especially if you have people looking up to you. But to get back on track with the previous conversation, you know, sometimes we have things that we go through that actually shape us into the person that we are today, you know, and, you know, for the people that are listening to this that may be young and going through something currently,
Absolutely.
you know, that is just shaping you into the person you are to become in the future, you know, so don't give up. Keep your head on, keep your head up, walk strong, you know, through it all. And I promise you it'll be okay. Just as long as you do what you can in everything and you know, seek
And,
guidance and the
and
help that you
oh,
need,
you
get that
just hit it right on
advice.
the nail. You just hit it right on the nail. Guidance, guidance, proper guidance.
That's where we get our advice from though, the people that we look to for guidance, right? So you got to make sure that those people are genuinely invested in who you are trying to become and the things that you are trying to get done or accomplished, you know, and make sure that you're taking in what they're putting out. Again, like we talked about last episode, I believe it would no, the episode before, you know, sometimes people don't have time. And when they give you their time, appreciate it, value it. I mean, it's the most undervalued thing in the world, pretty much, but it's worth a lot. If we had time with billionaires, if everyone had the time with a billionaire to sit down and get a blueprint of how to do it, well, we'll have a lot of billionaires, right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely, but it don't work that way.
And the thing is, I have the pleasure of being mentored. I say mentored by a multimillionaire, and they talk to me like I'm a normal person.
Yeah.
Everybody else see it as in like, oh shit, gotta get this shit right, this and that. But he telling me his whole story,
Mm-hmm.
and Lord willing, one day I will get him on here because I know for a fact we do these meetings on here, and
Yeah.
he has to be here. But at the same time, I mean, it's a blessing to actually know and actually be able to observe and move accordingly.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's kids out here that's highly impressionable and things like that. They don't know what to look at.
Right.
You know, so I'd rather just, you know, just soak my game up and I tell you about it when I'm done with it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not how to get somewhere or do this or do that. No, I would have been a has been. I'm
But I
still
mean, like,
doing.
right.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's about being humble, I think they got us thinking that being humble is one thing, but really it's just about being yourself, being the authentic you, and knowing like that shit could be taken away at any time.
And once you know that, you're going to have a different appreciation of everything that's going on before you.
Yeah.
But I gotta say this though, we kick it like a motherfucker.
What did you say?
We kick it like a motherfucker. Though. Like we talk and anything. It's not nothing like personal, like shit like that. Like we actually have an understanding. We try to understand our own brains at the same time, picking others.
Right. Yeah.
And
I just want people to know that there's a
but
way. I want people to know that there's a way to thrive, even though it don't look like, you know, you got a way out. Sometimes those are the times when it's time to invest in yourself, learn who gives you the power and the motivation to do and to become something, you know. Um,
absolutely true.
you gotta spend some time with yourself, do some.
And then like that's what I've been doing lately. Like I'm always like busy, busy, busy. If I'm away from a situation, I have a better input. I don't know about anybody else. So I don't mind if I'm off or away from doing something else. I'm always here. My phone line's open
Always.
just to give you a clearer input. And that's how it worked for me. I mean, like I'm not too far from my shell of a, you know what I'm saying, like looking at intuition and things like having a what do you call it, superior, a mentor, things like that. That's not above me. I'm not the best. I look for them for those things.
You gotta be ready for it too. It's like the timing. Because sometimes you could get something and you ain't ready for it. You could meet a millionaire, you could meet a billionaire, you could have a trillionaire friend, but if it's not time, if you're not seasoned, if you're not prepped or groomed, you'll slip up and miss it and lose out on it.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, I'm sorry. I was blessed with a certain type of leadership that where I see people like they telling you exactly what you need to do. Once you do that, you're the greatest. And then once you do that, there's another level. And then they also never let me leave well enough alone.
But also too, right?
I'm listening.
You had to possess something for them to want to invest the time into you. You had to go through some sort of grooming process. You know what I'm saying? Somebody at some job gave you some good work ethics advice. Some advice on how to be a great worker and how to keep a job and how to thrive in a job and make it a career and so forth. You know what I'm saying? Like
I will
there
say, I will
there was
say,
some sort of training.
you're absolutely 1,000% right, and I'm glad I led this episode the way I did because you're absolutely right.
That's what I mean, that's what it takes though. So when we talking about that guidance, that's what we talking about, that the upbringing, like the grooming, the advice, those talks, you know what I'm saying? Those talks that when you even fucked up, they talked to you and was like, "Hey, I know you can get this, you know, but you haven't gotten it yet, but you can get it. Just work a little bit harder." Or something along those lines, you know what I mean?
No, 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 no. You're absolutely right. Keep going.
It took that. That's what it took, man. And so what I'm saying is like today, I know that we're lacking that, right? Because if I go to a fancy restaurant, some of those children, matter of fact, I just went to Longhorn Steakhouse and I did the curbside pickup joint thing.
I like
And
that place.
man, I love it, right? The gentleman came outside and gave me my food, but he was like, I need you to sign this. He just handed me the receipt for me to sign it. He said, oh, you don't have a pen? I look at him, I say, you need me to sign this paper, right? I don't need to sign it. For real, for real. Y'all
Right,
need
you
to
going to get something to eat. You're not trying to sign no documents and no shit like that.
sign it. Like, I'm going to sign it because I need my food, but y'all need this money. So instead of me getting frustrated though, he said, do you have a pen? I said, no. But while I'm looking through my car, I ended up finding one. So I honked my horn and he comes back to the car and said, I want you to understand how you get your tips. You get your tips by having good customer service.
Absolutely.
You need to have your tools on you while you're at work. A part of your uniform should be a pen. Why? Because most people don't carry cash. They're giving you tips on this piece of paper. He said, thank you, Miss Ashley. Thank you, Miss Ashley. I really appreciate that. I said, you're welcome. It's no problem at all. And I gave him a tip. And when he looked at me, he looked at the paper. I had wrote a little note on there for him too. Like, don't give up. Keep going. Don't take that as being negative. You know what I'm saying? Take that and use that so you can grow from it. But I said all that to say, I know that our children need some damn grooming. This young boy, and he was, the way he was even talking too, like he was just cool. You at work, son. But I'm saying this to say, our generation, we had a lot of damn grooming. We had a lot of time to sit in front of somebody damn old folks while they was watching us while our parents was at work or however it went, to tell us this is how you talk. Shit, this is even how you walk.
Absolutely.
You don't
Absolutely.
walk on the left side of
Yes,
the
yes,
street
yes.
or of the sidewalk. When you going a certain way, you don't walk on the side closest to the street. But anyway, again, we were groomed. Ain't no time for these kids to be groomed, these teenagers to be groomed, these young adults to be groomed. They would just put through a program with your school and then spit the fuck out. Why? Because their parents got to be at work all damn day to make the fucking rent and the mortgages and the bills because the salaries ain't matching the fucking bills, the cost of living. It's the setup.
It is. And I'm dealing with that right now. And I love talking to you about that because it's nothing less of what you're saying.
The setup. It's a goddamn setup. And I wish more people would realize it because the more people realize it, that means the more people realize it, we can come together and we can make some changes. Stop sending your kids to school for a week. See what kind of changes you get. Stop
I
showing
haven't been
bullshit
in a
ass
couple of
jobs.
years.
Huh?
I'm just saying, I haven't been in a couple of years. It's
I
definitely
mean, it's the
changes.
greatest fucking thing. It's so much,
Yeah, that's true. That's
it's
true.
no pressure. It's no. And then I've been speaking to my friend about this too. You know, the most impressionable times of a child, they're away from their parents and family. They spend what, 8 o'clock to at least 4 o'clock with a stranger that they get to know and then get to become like through this 1 year of schooling, all the way from pre-K through 12th grade. That's for a parent that can't be as present as they would like because the cost of living don't match the fucking salaries. That's not fair. And I want to talk about something too, because this was crazy to me. Hey, y'all need to do y'all due diligence and make sure that y'all watching y'all own backs.
Listening.
People are getting caught up for deliberately breaking families up. A woman was charged in Alabama for falsifying drug tests for custody cases.
And people lost their children because of
And people
false
lost their
drug tests.
children behind it.
I've been
It's
studying
pure
that.
evil out here, y'all. Pure evil. That's why when me and Dooley on here talking about make sure you watch who you get your advice from, this is why.
And I'm sorry, I gotta say something too. These people work hard, don't do drugs and shit like that, but they have a false drug test. Come
That
on.
fucked their lives up. And the lady only got 15 years in prison. Now, people probably be like, well, people did say, Ashley, you being harsh. She probably
It ain't
deserves
harsh.
less than
Imagine you
15
being with
years.
your children
I'm
and
like,
how
yes,
prosperous they could be with
yes.
their parents. And
That's
then
time wasted, time lost.
the parents in jail, they shouldn't be there. So I mean, I
That's
don't know if
crazy.
everybody know, but they pay you for being in jail. If you got enough money on your books, you gotta pay rent.
Yes, yes,
So when a parent lose a child, they losing everything.
yes. That shows us that our justice
Falsely.
system is
Yes.
imbalanced. It is not balanced at all, and we need to like keep our eyes open and do our due diligence to report shit that you see like that is wrong. That's people like that's tearing people's families up, man. They do that enough they do that enough. We don't need
And
to
it,
assist them with that.
no, they did the extra mile when people got hip to things. They started like, well, we gonna cheat.
Yeah. I ain't gonna say, everybody do everything right, but shit like that shit is fucked up.
Very fucked up. Especially if you're a crackhead and you test positive for weed. No joke. No joke. I'm not trying to joke or anything, but they're like, I ain't smoking no damn weed.
Bruh.
You know what
These
I'm
people
saying?
was popping for meth.
Yeah, that's
That
crazy.
probably
And then,
disrupted
but
their
they did it for
careers.
the statistics. They did it for that.
Man, like I was telling my friend, I said they probably was like, man, just like the police need their quotas. At the end of the month, they be sitting on that corner trying to match their quotas or reach their quotas. These people out here too, like, damn, we was short 580 kids or whatever. We need to get 580 kids in the system so we can get that money. They get paid for them kids too. Like a kid go in the system, they get paid for them as well. Along with all the programs that kid is affiliated with, they get paid as well. Like it's just a sad fucking thing. So we need to realize that this is the world and the society that we living in. Pure evil is surrounded by us. Or I said it wrong. We are surrounded by pure evil, but we could make it that way. Pure evil could be surrounded by us. We could all the good come together and just keep spreading the good and keep spreading it. But y'all, sometimes I feel like y'all scared to do that though. I feel like y'all scared because everybody is not doing that. It's
They
not a
not.
popular thing.
And everybody want to go with what everybody else doing.
And
I'm
I
not
want to
gonna lie.
encourage people to stop. Stop doing that. Because what fits for Dooley don't fit for Ashley. The same thing. For those people that you're trying to follow, what fits for them, it don't work for you. That's why we got 1,000,001 people out here getting away with murder. Because some other kid thought they can get away with it. It ain't working like that. Them white kids get off just easily, just fine. Just to be honest. But other kids and different races and different backgrounds, they run them through the ringer.
They do. And they ran us through the ringer too.
They did. I just wasn't trying to make it that way.
No, I'm just saying though, like we have different outputs, things like that. We not bitter or anything. We just learned and we try to show other people. That's it.
And that's sometimes all you can do because this world is a fucked up place.
It is.
So even if they have wronged you, guess what? They gonna make it right in their eyes some sort of way. I got proof.
I have the same proof. So I know you ain't lying.
So y'all gotta really understand that this world, like, that's why I decided to focus in on me and my world. Cause that's really all that matters.
Mm-hmm.
This other stuff out here don't matter, man. And if you knew what you was up against, you would really understand that it ain't worth it. And as soon as I start spitting facts and start spitting the truth, because all it is the truth,
Mm-hmm.
they'll put a target on my back.
I would not. That's why I always monitor and watch what I say. But at the end of the day, there's ways to get around speaking the truth.
Yeah,
No
it is. It's like I
repercussions.
got like I've been talking. You know, you got to watch it back because it's evil out here. That evil, that's probably the people you're supposed to trust to do the most justice thing. That's not, that ain't it.
We always look out for each other, though.
Oh yeah.
Mind you, anybody that's ever been on the episode, we always been like a brotherhood, sisterhood, things like that. My circle got smaller until it became a dot. You know what
And
that
that's
is.
fine.
Well,
That's
it's
okay.
perfectly fine, you know. But at the end of the damn day, I'm like, well, shit, I got my point across. That's all I wanted to do.
And sometimes when you grow, you have to leave the weeds behind. And I don't mean to call people weeds, but sometimes that's what it is.
And I got what I picked up what you put down. Absolutely, you're absolutely correct.
Yeah. And when you grow and you see somebody else again from the past, don't expect for them to be the same either, though.
No, not exactly. So all you can do is put stuff out there and then expect greatness, expect to be received. But expectations take you so far anyway. As long as you did the right thing, you're okay. You're golden.
Yep. And I was talking to my friend earlier today too. I'm sorry, y'all, to keep referencing my
They,
conversation.
they they should be here too, though. I'm gonna say that.
I'm gonna have to let her know.
Yeah, no, you should have been letting them know.
Yeah, man. Um, but I was just talking to her and just listening to what she was saying, and I was like, I think I probably was wrong about the expectation thing. And I was like, because if I claim to have faith in God, then my only expectation should be that God is going to handle it or going to take care of whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
So I would like to go back and change what I've been saying. I would like to say from this day on is that, put your expectations in God, whoever steers your life, you know, and watch the things that come from it. Because sometimes we still want to have these sort of expectations. In this world that we're living in, I'm telling y'all, it's pure evil. So you need some good and power behind that good, So like God is the only person that's gonna do that. And
Through
you'll
us.
realize that you are God yourself too.
That's what I'm
Once you
saying.
once you turn those things around, man, and you realize some things, you'll have so much power to change whatever it is you want to change, do whatever it is you want to do, like accomplish whatever it is, man. But you first got to invest in yourself to learn yourself so that you can become all these things that we've been talking about, like resilient, emotionally intelligent, um, just strong minded within yourself, period, and having a path and a plan. All those things will lead you somewhere and get you somewhere if you just put your expectations in God. Like, not gonna lie.
And you cannot say that any better. If it's okay with you, I know you poured your heart out, but I need you to repeat that to people that didn't get it because I got it 100%, and I do my interpolation of it.
So I just want people to understand that you are God yourself. You are created in the image. So once you learn yourself and grab a hold of all the tools that we've been talking about in these episodes, um, you could become very powerful. And those tools were like emotional intelligence, um, just being strong minded and learning who you are and establishing some sort of relationship with yourself and God, um, so that you can produce what it is that you're trying to produce, accomplish what you're trying to accomplish. Like, if you put your expectation in God and know that he's going to do what he's going to do and have your back, then you're going to be okay. Everything is going to be
Absolutely.
okay.
But we still got to reach these people that, that need to hear it, honestly. Because this is something that's like fulfilling to me. My therapy session went great. I don't know about yours. I'm concerned about yours, but when you checked in and said you was good, you sounded good.
I don't be down for long, man, because it don't, the only reason I was honestly down last time in the past couple of days and stuff like that is because my back, man. Like, that is no joke. Like, a back injury is no joke. Not gonna lie.
Right. And I agree. And I say that to everybody. Like, my back watches my fucking podcast and be like, yay or nay, or be thumbs up, thumbs down. My back is a different entity from me.
Yo, my damn back will control what I do in the day. I'm gonna tell you that.
And then
Like,
control. I promise you. Like,
bitch,
what I
sit down
won't get
now.
done in a day. My back say, like, you ain't deserve that. You don't need to do that. You don't
Man,
let that.
what? Look, my friend is like pushing me to go out of town. Like, she's forcing me at this point because I'm telling her, like, I don't know if I'll be able to sit this long for this long of a ride, blah 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 blah.
How far are you going?
It's about 12 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
What's the
I'm
flight
like,
time?
that's a long time to be sitting in the car, especially with a recent back injury. And I'm trying to tell her that, and I'm in the same breath though. I'm like, well, I'm about to get out the car and finish the yard and blow the yard and mow it and all this shit. And she's like, you faking? Why are you faking your back injury? You don't want to go out of town? I'm like, girl, I ain't got to fake.
Uh,
The thing
let me
is,
let me know. Let me know.
look, the thing is though, that back pain, once it go, it's gone until it's triggered again. So I mean, shit, like I said, life don't stop. Gotta keep going.
Hell no. You gotta keep going. And that's been a great window, and I'm glad to have you back in your
Yeah, man.
normal self. I'm glad. I'm so
Hey, last time, I'm telling you, on the last show, you should just erase it because I was
I'm
on
taking it down.
medication.
I'm taking it down. I'm
Yeah,
taking it down because you said you was good, but you wasn't good, and
I
I
was
know how
not.
you are.
I tried, man. I was sitting there on the couch and I moved like 3 times. I don't know if you could hear it. I moved, like, repositioned 3 times. I'm
Man,
like, oh my God, that
it's
last.
fine. I'm gonna take that down, and then people felt that too. Like, what the fuck wrong? Like, yeah,
Yeah, man.
I
Like, oh
got
my
it. I'm gonna
God.
make sure that happens. But
I
also,
appreciate
I'm
it.
also make sure this happens too. People see the light of day of this though.
Let's do it, man. Let's do it. Y'all remember y'all got the phone number on a couple of
Do
episodes.
it again.
757-344-2421. And if you have anything that you want to talk about, anything, shoot, anything, as long as it ain't no perverted, disrespectful
And
type of
then,
stuff.
and
Like,
also, don't hit them up like what you doing.
yeah, don't hit
Don't
me
do
like
no
what I'm
shit like
doing,
that.
because
Yeah.
I ain't got. I mean, look, I'm making time for some situations out there that probably need it. So if you
And there's
need
also
guidance,
somebody that's out there that need that number, that link, that support too. Don't
yes,
don't don't block up the line.
yes, yes, yes. The lines are always open. I want y'all to remember too, peace, love, and mental health will create your happiness. And we want more happy people out here. So let's take care of those things.
And that's
Um,
what we finna do. This on
yes,
the grander
sir.
scale right now. I didn't know you would get well that fast and that better. So, oh yeah,
Hmm.
we finna, yeah. Cause hell, I
Oh,
can't
yeah.
afford to anything. So my back, I'm gonna put it back on my back. So that's all good though. And it's been
Let's
a
get
great
it.
episode, and I love this. This is what I
Always,
love doing.
always,
Y'all been
always. We
real.
should rent an auditorium out, man.
What?
We should
Yeah.
we should do a show, like a live show,
You know what?
like
I've been
in
thinking about
person.
that, but I don't have many like-minded people around me like that per se. But if you down, I'm down. It'll happen.
Yeah, we figure it out.
Absolutely.
Be
And
on the
that's my
lookout, guys. coming to a city near you. Let's do it, Dooley. Hey.
Hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah.